Hi lovely people, welcome to Akosie's vlog. If you are new here, kindly subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell when you're done. Today we are preparing chicken soup, akok. Come with me as I take you to the kitchen for the process. So to start with our chicken soup, I will show you the ingredients we are using today. I have some onions, I have my pepper, habanero pepper, I have my tomato, some ginger, carrots, my garden eggs, chicken, my tomato paste, and my salt. I would be adding stock cube as well. But then with the garden eggs, we don't use white ones for soup. We normally use the ripened one, the yellow or the near orange type of garden eggs when preparing our soup. But I don't have that today, so I would be using this one for the soup, and then I would balance it off with my carrot for color. You can also add kidney beans when you want your soup to be thick, but I don't have kidney beans, so it's optional. You can use that, or you can use groundnut or peanuts. So now I'm going to start boiling vegetables. So I'll start with my garden eggs and then add water to cook it. I will then add my pepper, my carrots, and then bring it to a boil. Here you can add fresh groundnuts or peanuts like I have here, but then I don't want it in my soup because it makes it thick. But if you are short of garden eggs, you can balance it off with your groundnuts, the fresh ones, or you can use kidney beans. In Ghana we call it edua ede yenkwan. What do si boma na wa oroho na de aka na wa kata so. You cook this for 5 minutes or till the garden eggs softens. You can also cut off this part of the garden eggs when cooking, but it's optional. I prefer to cook it this way in order to retain all the nutrients in the vegetable. So once we are leaving this to boil, I will cover it, and so whilst our vegetable is also on fire, I will go ahead and start prepping my chicken. I've already washed and then cut it into the sizes I want. And can say na a join ni na no fa second ebu boom. Now we try any no to say the emaye wa hai. Now the good chance mu kama. Maye ni nyina sa wo ye ni sa de bia wonam wo chi hu wi a ede. So with your chicken wings too, you do same. What the second ni twa ha no e pona wa ha say no. Na wa twetwetwa ni mu ha no maye ne dada. Wo wi a na wa ko ani say. Now the ato chance mu. Tinini na no obeye ne sa o ya ohro wonsa sa na maye we metwitwa no na me de etu enam no obetimi ano anaso obetimi ache no right away. Akoko ami use ye de eden the hardest chicken into no medikan ano aho dada meduane de bia medi nsuo ne nchene and one home manewe ansana me de aka ho ti me de nchene. This salt will be for the whole soup, you know. I do it once and for all. Oh yeah, now kitchen I fin air power, you clean it up. That's how baby na wajuma adults tea. After putting in the salt, with the soup or water, a bit good. When you're done, stir it for the salt to mix well with the meat. and then you cover it. Allow this to cook till it softens. If you are using soft chicken, you don't have to do this one. You marinate your chicken whilst it's not on fire, and then you start your soup right away since it's soft. But this chicken is hard, so I would be doing it this way with my salt and my protein on my chicken before steaming it when it's done cooking. So whilst we're waiting for our vegetables and chicken to cook, I would start prepping my vegetables to season my chicken. So I have my onions. I'll chop them into smaller pieces like this. If you don't like artificial spices, always use plenty onions in your food. It's 7 minutes now, so I'll check on my vegetables. It's cooked. So I'll take it out of the fire and allow it to cool before blending it. Once in a while, check up on your meat and then stir it to make sure that it's not sticking under it or it's not burning. You do this and then you cover it again halfway. So now it's over 30 minutes. I would check on the meat. The water has evaporated or is drained or it has been absorbed. So I will go ahead and add my blended onion and ginger. I will also add just a little of stock cube. I told you to do away with this if you can. It's optional, so I would use just a little. And then I would add fresh onions, my tomato, and this one. I'll go ahead and stir everything together. When that is done, I would add just a little water to cook it. And then I'll allow this to simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes for it to season well. Cover it when you're done. So now our chicken is steaming, so we would blend our vegetables. So I'll put in the pepper, and then I will take off the head of the garden eggs and then put it in my blender. Don't forget, it's the vegetables we cooked first before starting our soup. Now it's cooled, so I will take this. Don't forget to use the water that you cook the vegetables in to blend it when it's cooled. Or you can add it directly to your soup too, and it's okay. Check on the meat after 5 minutes. And then take out the onions and the tomato that you put in. Add in your tomato puree or your tomato paste at this stage. And continue to stir everything together till it's well mixed. When you're done mixing, cover it and allow it to simmer for 2 minutes before adding in your blended garden eggs. 2 minutes, I would add in the blended garden eggs with the pepper. And then rinse my blender with water. Stir this when you're done. And then drop in some bay leaves. Bay leaves is good for the immune system. It contains vitamin B6, A, and then C as well. If you don't have bay leaves, drop in akok, which is also known as basil leaves. And it's also very aromatic. It makes your soup very scented and nice. Cover this halfway to allow it to simmer for 20 minutes before we add in our cooked onions and tomatoes. Alright, so we will check on our soup now. We can see that it's boiling beautifully. When your soup is thick at this stage, add water to unthicken it. And let me tell you one tip with cooking soup, focusing on our chicken soup today. We can all see that it's foaming now, so it means you can't eat your soup at this stage, as you will get tummy problems. But then when it's well cooked, all the foam we see on top of it will turn into oil. That is with chicken soup. We have other types of soup. The same thing applies, but then with other types, you won't get oil on top of the soup. So our soup is almost ready. I'll go ahead and blend my onions. Alright, so now we all can see that our oil is beautifully on top of our soup, and this means that it's ready for consumption. If you eat it now, you are good to go. You won't have any problem with your tummy. You can eat the oil and then you won't have any problem. But if for health reason you are advised against it, you only scoop it out and then eat the rest of the soup. But I know that chicken oil is one of the best oil one can eat because it's unsaturated. What I mean is that akokwanwano enda entudi a ehiyama nipadua nsoso. Thank you, lovely people, for watching my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell when you're done. See you next time. Bye bye.